Y'all, so today, man, we got something crazy going on. You know what I'm saying? It's the first True Crime Tuesday, bro. But twin, this about to get wicked. I'm telling you, bro. Like, just watch. Teen killer forced to tell mom about his crimes. Twin, that is insane. That's insane, bro. Alright, well, without further ado, let's get into it.
Do you see where she's hit at?
No, it's on the side of her head. They're saying she's pregnant too.
Take a deep breath.
This woman was just informed that her daughter, Tiara Harris, was shot in a gang-related incident and is in critical condition.
They just were shooting, and the blood just started dripping from her head, like shooting them on the ambulance. Like, I can't even talk right now, bro.
Her boyfriend rushed her to the hospital, but sadly, it was already too late. And the worst part, Tiara had nothing to do with the shootout. She was an innocent bystander. A simple mix-up left an innocent, pregnant mother of two dead. Her
Bro, that be blowing me, bro. Like, oh my God. Like, there's so many good people, like, that just be getting caught up in stuff like this. But that don't be blowing me, like, oh my God, bro. That just breaks my heart.
children now motherless, and her family absolutely heartbroken. The police now face a grueling investigation. However, with everyone involved supposedly being gang members, catching the killers would prove to be much harder than anything they'd done before. We've been in touch with Yolanda, the mother featured in this video, and are proud to share that half of the video's profits will be donated to the Akron-based charity First Glance Student Center. At 7:29 p.m. on April 14th, Akron Police Department would receive multiple calls reporting dozens of gunshots being fired out of 1492 Rockaway Street. Witnesses would describe what seemed like a gang-related shooting with multiple cars speeding away from the scene, one being a silver four-door Chevy. Police managed to quickly track down the Chevy, following it as the driver sped across back roads in Akron. However, the Chevy wasn't actually running from the cops. It instead would pull over somewhere that concerned the cops even more: the hospital.
There's someone in the car still.
Yep. Hey, hold up. 5807. 5807.
Go ahead and shut the car off. Shut the car off. Shut the car off. Here, go ahead and put your hands on top of your head, all right? Nope. Hands on top of your head. Step out. Step up.
12, do we have someone checking High Street?
See, y'all be talking about these YNs and this, that, and the third. Twin, this is a YN, bro. Ready to crash out over a gang, bro. Like, are you serious? Like, come on, bro. Like, bro, y'all, you could face life, bro. You could face life. You could face death, bro. Bro, people need to, like, cherish their life more. Like, people need to care about their life more. Like,
All right, man. Here, step back here to the back of the car. Go ahead and put your hands behind your back.
With the incident being reported as a gang-related shootout, police would assume the man driving the Chevy to be a gang member, meaning he would be very unlikely to talk to them. So instead, they decide to stop him in the back of a patrol car for later interrogation. As this was going on, dozens of additional 911 calls would ring in, witnesses would arrive at the Akron Police Department to give their testimonies, and more cars would arrive at the hospital. Most importantly, though, 4 miles away, a young woman would be placed in an ambulance under critical condition with a bullet wound to her head. Turns out all of this would be connected to a large group of reckless shooters. It's at this point that we need to step in. This is one of the most complex and mysterious cases we've ever covered, so we need to break down some details first in order for you to fully understand the case itself and how well the police handled every single step of solving it. At 7:22 p.m., a car arrived at Fort carrying a number of people who started hanging out with some friends on the side of the road. This group included Javier Small, Lanier Worthy, and Jonte Smith. Everything seemed fine until 7:29 p.m., a black vehicle reversed into the street carrying Tiara Harris and her boyfriend George. Her boyfriend recognized some of the people on the sidewalk and wanted to back up and say hi to them. At that very moment, on the other end of the street, 3 men emerged from an unrelated vehicle and started firing bullets.
Wait, I do?
These men were Zaire Saunders, 17-year-old Anthony Whitaker, and Darion Rackley, all affiliated with the gang BBM, a notoriously violent gang active in Akron at the time. There was also the driver of the car, Jeremiah Williams. Their shots scattered the group on the sidewalk, with everyone running for cover. In the panic, Jonte and Javier drew their guns and began to shoot back. Bullets went back and forth, and everyone went into a panic as they realized their lives were at risk.
That's why you gotta watch who your friends are, bro. I'm telling you, you might not be a gang member, but if your friends is gang members, you can get caught up in their stuff so easy. You don't even get it.
And a bullet could strike them at any moment. Seconds later, the dust settled, and the BBM members Zaire, Antonil, and Darion fled the scene. However, a grueling silence would ring throughout the street as Tiara's boyfriend, George, realized Tiara was the sole victim of the shooting. With BBM splitting up and running in different directions, George flooring it to the hospital, and everyone on the sidewalk either heading inside or preparing to head to the hospital too.
All jokes aside, though, that's a crazy bullet. I'm not gonna lie. That is a crazy bullet. You talking about they started shooting from over there and they struck her in the whip over there and she was in the front seat? That is a crazy bullet. It must have... God bless her soul.
Cops would begin the grueling task of figuring out what just happened and who ultimately was the one that fired the killing shot. Now that you understand exactly what happened, we can join the police as they try to figure out what just went down and how to solve the developing mystery. Remember that all the cops have received at this point is a phone call alerting them to the shooting and a description of the silver Chevy they've just pulled a gang member from.
There's another victim that's at we don't know where that victim's going to go. There's a possibility that victim may be deceased.
Yeah, they got shot. Okay. Someone's got to go check, probably.
Two of the officers ran over to the front of the hospital and discovered Javier Small and his girlfriend in complete distress.
He can't go with you in that room.
Because she's got to get checked out. Hang tight. Let's go back up.
As it turns out, another girl was also hit in the shooting, that being this man's girlfriend. Luckily, she was only shot in the leg, but he was still extremely distraught and horrified about the whole incident.
Bro, I'm on house arrest. Bro, I gotta go. I gotta go to the hospital. I gotta go to the house with my girl, bro.
We'll get you. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. I'll tell you how she's gonna be fine.
I just got her car. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Your girl just got shot, bro.
She's gonna be fine.
No.
Despite how distraught this guy is, he was a passenger in the Chevy, which they just found multiple firearms inside of.
Wait a minute. Hold on, man. So, bro, just blew me, bro. This dude over here, bro, what you think was gonna happen? Yo, girl probably in the whip, bro. What you think was gonna happen, bro? Bro, I can't stand men, bro. I mean, not men. I wanted to say the N-word, but I'm trying not to cuss.
So police promptly arrested him.
Hey, Palpy, we'll take him over here.
Across town, however, there's someone in a much worse position. Tiara Harris, the passenger in the black car.
Can I open that up?
I'm trying to.
Alright. They're saying she's pregnant too. How pregnant is she? How far along? 2 weeks pregnant. Okay. 2 weeks.
Maybe 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
44, there is a fire around underneath the
Am I allowed to ride in the car with her though to the hospital?
Not right now. I'm sorry, man.
Bro, Yanni just got shot. I mean, she just got shot. Bro, just in the car, just driving down the street, in Kenworth, driving from over there, and they just was shooting. None of the glass broke, but she wasn't like moving or talking. So I just brought her, and the blood just started dripping from her head, like, bro, we see in the hospital, she's in the ambulance, like, I can't even talk right now, bro.
Tiara was immediately rushed to the local hospital, and her boyfriend George was brought in for questioning. He wasn't a lead suspect, but police did find it odd that he just happened to arrive at the site of a violent shooting right at...
Hold on. Do y'all think, I ain't gonna say bro like lined her up, but do y'all think he has something to do with it? Do y'all think he has something to do with it? I don't know, bro. We gonna see, man. We gonna see.
As it all went down, he would claim to be innocent and actually provide a detailed description of everything that went down that night.
You turn off here, so
no, I didn't. I came this way, and I said, "What y'all got? Like, what y'all got going on over here?" Like, I'm like,
hey, welcome to the stream, bro.
Right.
As soon as I said that, somebody from down here got to just shoot.
Oh, I'm so good.
Oh, no, but I didn't hear nobody or nothing like that.
So you're right there, and then you heard that. How many shots did you hear?
Man, I can't even recall. It was a lot. And then as soon as I
So you were facing this way?
No.
You literally backed all the way on.
Say I'm coming down Fairview in this Rockaway. Like, this would be Rockaway.
Okay.
Down, I backed up.
Oh, so you backed, so the back of your car was facing that way?
Yeah, and I'm like, is y'all? I'm like, what y'all got going on? Like, I look out just like that.
Like out the window?
Like, as soon as I even it should have been me. Like, you feel me? Because I'm the one that looked.
Twin, if her head is shot like right here, he did it. Or it's shot right here, he did it. Cause if they turned around, that joker had to be in the back unless she hit one of these. Yeah.
Straight out the window, like, y'all all right? Y'all good type stuff.
The cops asked him why he was even there in the first place, to which he just said he knew a couple of people on the street and that he had absolutely no involvement in the shooting. He's claiming that when he peeked out the window, his friends mistook him for the shooter and began to fire bullet after bullet directly at his vehicle. According to him,
you telling me your friends mistook you for a shooter, but they your friends? I can't. I swear, I can't deal with people like this. I swear I can't.
it wasn't an accident, but a misunderstanding, making the whole situation even more tragic.
I lost my life over a misunderstanding? Bro.
With George's statement, they were a little clearer on the whole situation, but they'd made no progress into actually solving the case or tracking down the real perpetrators. That was until they returned to the scene and spoke to a number of witnesses who had watched the entire event take place.
It was 2 African Americans. Where were they running? Young kids. They come from back there across this backyard next door and out the driveway.
They hopped the fence.
Black. He had a face mask on and had a 9mm. And then the other one had a semi-automatic rifle. And they were almost to the door of the house running this way. And they both jumped the fence.
Oh, he's tripping.
Like when the kid in the hoodie jumped the maroon hoodie jumped the fence, he dropped the semi-automatic rifle at the driveway.
I was just out back cutting some stuff, and
All I heard was just a barrage of bullets, fully auto. It wasn't 3-round burst, 4-round. It was fully auto.
Coming off fast.
Oh yeah, hot and loud and fast. And then I saw 2 guys when I was out back. I could see through the backyards, through the fence. I saw a silhouette of 2 guys running up towards that street, returning single shots as they were running away.
Okay. There's casings up here.
Oh, you found something?
Yeah.
I got more.
Okay.
How many did you hear, you think?
I heard it was like 30.
Like where all these cones are at, probably that amount?
30 or 40.
We ain't gonna launch that. You get a revolver, the casing don't come out. I just do research.
This happened over there all the time.
Where's over there?
I just do research. I swear to God, like that's not me. I promise. Or everything I love, that's not me. I promise. Like, do I even look like me? Do I even look like I would do that? Come on.
Right there, the house right there.
I heard a lot of gunfire, but when I first heard it, I thought it was a backfire because I saw this car sitting over here where all the cones are. He had his lights on. So I thought he was working on a car and it backfired real bad. Then I saw them loading people into cars to take them to the hospital, and I knew it wasn't, because this has happened so many times before. I don't know what we're supposed to do.
Right.
We can't go outside, nothing.
Even with all this new information, though, the cops are only slightly closer to figuring out what happened. They were now at least able to confirm that one group of shooters rolled up and started the exchange before another responded, causing a huge exchange of bullets throughout the neighborhood. But they still had 2 major questions. Who were the shooters, and how was Tiara involved? Well, the cops had just spotted another witness that might be able to answer their questions. A woman who was actually on the street the moment the bullets started flying.
So you don't live here?
I'm not even from here.
Oh.
I was visiting.
So who owns the house?
Anitra Johnson.
She is? Okay.
She was out to eat when I called her.
Okay. Everyone's okay though, right? The kids?
The kids, yes.
Yeah?
The kids are okay. I got them in the back watching TV.
Okay.
There was another girl outside. I think she got shot in the thigh or the leg. I think they took her place in the hospital.
Okay.
She definitely got hit.
Okay.
Yo, these some bad shooters. So they hit everybody but they target. Or was they target?
So what did you see?
I'm sitting outside. To be honest, we all family. So we're all outside prayer wrestling, like act like we hitting each other and stuff. Next thing I know, I just heard these gunshots. I'm like, all right, was that a BB gun? Come through shooting.
Yeah.
And it was like pow, 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 and came through again. So I'm running up, I didn't even know where the gunshots came from. I'm running up, trying to grab the kids. They came through twice.
Okay. Did the house get hit at all?
I mean, I don't even fuck. Is that a bullet hole right here? I don't know. I was really just trying to grab the kids.
And you said so what? They got out of a car?
They didn't even get out of the car.
Or they just started. They were hanging out.
They was
shooting?
hanging out shooting.
Okay. Did you see how many by chance? 3 of them. Okay.
Now it's starting to sound a lot more like a drive-by shooting, notoriously one of the hardest types of crimes to solve, especially if the vehicle was stolen. The cops are starting to lose confidence that they'll ever find Tiara's killer, but then they decide to ask one simple question.
Ma'am, do those cameras work?
I believe so.
Okay.
She's on her way home.
Oh, she is? Okay, perfect.
There were CCTV cameras on the property, and as soon as the homeowner got back, they'd have access to the footage. So in just a few hours, the cops were able to put together just enough footage to understand exactly what happened. Remember, we already know all of this, but for the police, this was huge. Now they had a detailed timeline of the entire incident, including at what time it went down, how many people were involved.
Bro, right here. Bro, why was you in the interrogation room with no shirt on? Everybody else got clothes on. Bro. Like.
And which vehicles the suspects used. This would be very useful in the coming interrogations in terms of verifying their suspects' claims and pressuring them to confess. Police finally had a solid piece of evidence. And right as their case had started to build some substance, their biggest lead yet would step out right in front of them.
I have video of them carrying the girl that got shot.
I can put it on the SD card.
And that's not the same one that was at
She'll send her a link and then she can just upload it from there.
Right after they took off.
Not only had they seen the entire thing go down, but as soon as they heard gunshots, they started recording. They managed to get this clear footage of a man getting into the same vehicle spotted at the shooting just minutes earlier. Now all they needed to do was track down the car using the visible license plate, and they'd...
I'm sorry, I'm pausing a lot, but if people that recorded fights recorded this well, bro, we would see World Star would be back in action, you feel me?
have their first lead suspect. But with that said, these kids were no strangers to running from the police, and the officers would begin the hunt to find these evil teens. While all of this was going on, police had another, perhaps more nerve-wracking situation to handle.
Boy, she bad, boy, I'd be mad. Ooh, God rest her soul.
Tiara had passed away, and her family had no idea.
There's currently not like too many people in the hospital. Let's step over here and see where all these cruises are.
My car, okay?
Where's your car at?
I'm right here because I didn't
one?
know.
Or this one?
Right here.
Sorry, which one? Okay. What's your daughter's name? You're here for your daughter?
Tiara Harris.
Tiara Harris. Say, have me stand right here next to this sign. We'll have someone go over and talk to you, okay? Take a deep breath.
Is she okay?
I don't know the names of who they are currently, miss.
Just listen to the cop's tone here. He knows just how bad things are looking for Tiara.
No, he
and
ain't know.
he absolutely
Sound rude.
doesn't want to break.
I don't know the names of the people involved now. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, that just blew me. That would have made me so upset.
That news to her mother yet, especially when he sees just how emotional she's starting to get. Tiara's autopsy showed a single bullet struck her in the head and remained there.
But where?
While tragic, this information would allow police to identify the exact bullet type and then gun used to shoot Tiara.
Though, like,
if they could find the owner of this gun, they would be able to match it to the bullet, and justice could be
okay, so she got shot in the back of the head. Okay, it's not the boyfriend.
served for Tiara and her family.
Hey, come here!
They got a bunch of people showing
That's
up.
my son and my nephew.
Okay, well, listen, they can't go in. It's going to be you.
Y'all go in the car. Go in the car.
They telling us to wait outside.
I know. I'm going in. Go in my car.
The entire family is in distress, with her mom shaking and doing everything she can to stay strong in front of her kids. It's truly a nightmare situation, and it only got worse from there. At around 8:30 p.m., they were informed that Tiara didn't make it. A bullet to the back of the head had ended her life, sending her family into complete grief and agony. Now, police knew that they absolutely had to catch the people that did this to Tiara, or risk letting down her and her entire family. At this point, police had 6 different suspects on the run, all tied to the shooting, and they would eventually manage to track down and get interrogations with all of them. Their start came in the form of a Facebook post by someone named Jeremiah Williams, described as a member of the BBM gang. Apparently, the post consisted of him bragging about being at the shooting and escaping without getting caught. By using his Facebook profile, they'd find his address and pick him up for interrogation. With Jeremiah also being a supposed gang member.
Bro, he got a fat face. Like, if I looked at his face, I would think that he was like 300 pounds. But he like a smooth. Oh, those are slides. Oh, okay. I thought those were shoes. I gotta say, he tweaking. Oh, man.
He, too, would prove to be extremely difficult to break. However, by using expert methods, police would actually get him to break completely, to the point where he actually started to cry.
Hey.
You want some tissue? Yeah, that's true. How's it going, Jeremiah? Pretty good. Sorry for the wait, man. I'm Detective Smith. This is Detective Davis.
Shoot, he already dressed like an inmate.
Nice to meet you. Alright, man. So the reason why we have you sitting here talking to us is we need you to think back to April. There's an incident that happened on Rockaway. You remember this? This young lady got shot. You remember hearing about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so during our investigation, your name's been coming up. But do you know about where you were that day, if you can? Or
I was definitely at home.
Apparently, Jeremiah also has an alibi, and even gives multiple names over that'll attest he wasn't on Rockaway that night.
You're at home. Yeah. Where was that, at Amherst?
Amherst. This was right before my mom moved to Louisiana. My best friend, Rob, talked to her sister, the girl that died, her sister, Dayani, or Diane, or however you say her name. My best friend, Rob, was like in the kind of little...
Like dating?
Yeah, with her sister. And it was crazy. We got on Facebook, and it was all over Facebook. Her sister had got killed and stuff. And my mom was like, ain't that the girl that came over here the other day? And we like, no, that was her little sister.
Has her little sister reached out to you guys or anything?
We haven't talked to her, and I don't talk to her at all for real, but.
So you were at your house on Amherst?
Yeah.
Was there anyone with you that day?
My mom.
What's your mom's name?
My mom's name is April.
However, the detectives know this to be untrue. They know he was at the scene from the Facebook post he made. They know he did it, so they want to get a confession, or even better, some information that might help put more people in handcuffs. The thing is, they're initially going to find that a lot harder than they'd hope.
I have to ask, do you recognize this car?
Yeah, this was the car that was in that video. That's on Facebook.
So you remember it? Yeah. Have you ever been in this car?
No.
Do you know who drives this car or owns this car?
I don't know him by like name, but I know who he is. His name like Pa or something.
Pa?
That's what they call him.
Do you know, can you describe him?
That's funny because I don't even really know what he looks like. Like every time I've seen him with a ski mask on.
Okay.
Like I've never seen him outside of a ski mask.
Okay. All right. Tell me a little bit about yourself, your past. Like, have you ever been in trouble or anything?
Yeah. I'm actually right now. I got probation.
So like just a weapons possession charge is all you got?
Dummy. You got probation and you still hanging out with these. You got probation and you still hanging out with these idiots. That's what's wrong with our generation, man. They so dang stupid. Like, they don't even think. Twin, you're on probation and you're still hanging out with the same dudes that you was around when you probably got put on probation. Like, are you, like twin, like, I swear, people think jail is fun. Bro, jail is not cool, bro. If you go to jail, there's only two things that's gonna happen. Either Tyrone, you're dead, or you never gonna see your family again, bro. Or you serve your time and get out. But then the world gonna change. Like, bro, you on probation, twin. They literally gave you an out. Tripping. Let's get back to it.
Carrying a concealed firearm in one vehicle.
Gotcha, yeah.
Jeremiah is making a conscious attempt to give as little information over as possible while still trying to seem cooperative. He's smart. He doesn't want to completely close himself off, as that'll make him seem guilty, but he also doesn't want to give up any vital information. The cops ask him who was there, where he was sitting in the car, even questions about the guns, but he refuses to speak, and he's starting to seriously frustrate the cops. But all this talk of courts and investigations doesn't seem to be getting them anywhere at all. So instead, they switch gears. They're going to be as direct as possible and give it to him straight. That's their last hope at getting him to crack.
What do your friends call you? Do you have a nickname or anything?
Jay.
We're just getting to know you, man.
Right.
Obviously, we can see that you're not a bad person, just the vibes I'm getting.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're in here talking to us for a reason. And it comes back down to this incident. You being honest with us is what we'll be able to work with you. We know that you were there. And we also got your DNA in this car.
If I've been in that car, I would tell you guys I've been in that car. I don't have no reason to lie or no reason to put myself in.
What do you mean you got no reason to lie? Nigga, if you don't lie, you caught. That's your reason, twin. Jail. That's your reason. Jail is your reason. Nigga talking about somebody got no reason to lie. Yes, you do.
Your role in it is the driver, because we know you're the driver. Really what we're looking for is why. You're already being charged with the incident. You explaining your actions and what really went down is just going to help with your role in this. We know you didn't pull the trigger, but you not being honest with what went down is not going to help you. It's going to, the prosecutor and the judge and jury are going to look at someone who's not been remorseful.
Drove over there and they started shooting.
So they told you to drive over to Rockaway?
Yeah.
Who was sitting where in the car?
In the front, and Zebo sitting behind me, and then Pa sitting on the door.
It worked. The cops actually got a name. It was a nickname, but cops could eventually tie this back to a man named Zaire Saunders.
Twin, is that One Up T?
Who would be interrogated later.
I swear, if you don't think
This was huge. They'd actually gotten a gangster to tell on one of his partners. But they weren't done yet. They knew he still had more information, and they weren't going to stop putting on the pressure now.
We got to go back to who was in the car with you. I know you know Zebo. Pa, you say you just know him by Pa. Do you know his real name? Okay. And the third person, you're saying how often have you seen him? Would you be able to identify that last person by a picture?
Jeremiah physically looks defeated. He's avoiding eye contact and is hunched over. He likely never saw himself giving up the names of his partners, but that's exactly where he found himself. The cops, however, are over the moon, even managing to get descriptions of the people he doesn't know the names of. They ask a few more questions before leaving him alone for a minute to prepare their next move. However, on their return, they didn't expect to see Jeremiah, a once tough and unbreakable gang member, to cry because of what he...
Look at that, hold on. This, bro, he know he cold. Look at him. He know it's up. Whenever somebody look at the camera, bro, they know it's up. Real rap. If somebody ever look at that camera, they know it's up. But that is detective 101. If they look at that camera, they know it's up, man. I'm telling you, bro. You know what's up. Let's get back to it.
However, on their return, they didn't expect to see Jeremiah, a once tough and unbreakable gang member, to cry because of what he'd done.
Would you say his first name was what?
Darian.
Is this him? Do you want some tissue, man?
Oh, no,
I need a purple, yes or no, if that's him. Alright.
Yeah.
So let me get a tissue.
But I know he's scared. Cause like, imagine if he get out. Like if he not... Shoot, even if he is in prison, bro, he gonna have to see them same boys that he done snitched on, and it's up. This is why you don't do this. Cause now you cook either way. You cook either way, my boy. Don't cry. Don't cry, nigga.
If this is the first time you've seen a gang member cry, you're certainly not alone. But it actually happened again in the detective's very next interrogation. While these cops were busy talking to Jeremiah, a breakthrough had been made outside of the interrogation room. Remember this footage recorded by a civilian witness earlier? Well, after 5 days of investigation, they actually managed to track the car down, enabling them to take in another suspect, Antonil Whitaker. Police would quickly realize that Antonil might be even more important than Jeremiah as a suspect. He's a supposed member of the BBM gang, and believed to be one of the suspects that initiated the shootout. The thing is, he's just 17 years old. Since there's still some information even Jeremiah couldn't give them, they figured they might be able to scare him into giving up everything he knows. And their first idea is an unconventional, but possibly extremely effective method: a call home to mom.
Hello, Ma.
This is really, really serious now. You need to put yourself wherever you was and get to telling with your part as much as you can, because you can't take the blame for this, and this was not you. You shouldn't be sitting there. They know it's your car. You can't get out of that. You better than this.
Antonil doesn't even seem to feel like following his mother's advice. Despite the fact that they know it was his car, he's claiming that someone else was actually driving it that day. And even more unfortunately, he'd forgotten exactly who. Listen to his story and see if you believe it as much as the detectives do.
So you said you were at home?
No, wait, like the whole day?
Someone took your car somehow, brought your car back, gave you the keys back or whatever, and then so you could take your sister home. That doesn't make sense, man. You know a jury, you know a judge. They're not. I'll be honest with you. I mean, what you're getting is not even a good statement. It's not even a good lie. That's why it'd probably be easier for you to tell the truth.
You see, about an hour after the shooting, Antonil was confirmed to have used his car to pick his sister up from an event, meaning it was clear that he was still in possession of it. But that didn't faze Antonil, and despite how many questions police asked him, he refused to give up anything.
How this works, you might already know this from TV, but I mean it's kind of accurate. We're going to compare your DNA to the DNA on the shell casings that we collected on scene. Is there any reason your DNA is going to be on there? Because if there is, you've got to explain that. You said no, or I don't know. Who got in the car with you at all? If you're saying your DNA is not going to be on those shell casings, right? And you're saying you weren't driving, who did you let drive your car? Believe me.
I don't know who's
But right now it looks like it's on you.
They're trying to force a confession out of him.
Nigga, you don't know who was driving your car. Bro, if you gonna lie good. Like, niggas be sucking at lying.
Him by telling him that if he'd been in physical contact with any of the evidence tied to the murder, they would find out and he would get sentenced. And they're not lying either. When you touch anything at all, you leave behind skin cells, sweat, small hairs, or even oils that can quickly be traced back to you. Meaning, if Antonil had touched the car, the bullets when loading his gun, or anything else related to the murder, police would find out. However, as of now, detectives haven't had the time to run these tests to confirm if his DNA was present, meaning they couldn't pressure him to a confession, and they'd have to wait until later. So in the meantime, they move their attention to the next suspect. Remember the man Jeremiah gave up to the cops back in his interrogation? That was Zaire.
Damn, is that his brother? They don't look the same. He just fat.
Saunders. Once they had his name, they tracked him down and arrested him. And he would prove to be even more helpful than Antonil and Jeremiah combined.
Did you know of or hear about that young lady who got killed?
Yeah.
Did you know her?
No.
We don't think that she was the one meant to be hurt. And I mean, based on what we're seeing. But unfortunately, she did get obviously hurt. Her family's hurt.
Right.
You know, when we did that search warrant, we got your phone.
Yes.
Okay. And we downloaded your phone. And your location is putting you on Rockaway that day. No shit. What happened that day, man?
I shot a pistol. You shot a pistol? Yes.
Oh, straight like that. Okay. Okay. Big ups to you, I guess.
This seems like a breakthrough. He's just admitted to being a part of the shooting, and it seems that all the detectives' work has just paid off. But they're not quite there yet. Of the 3 shooters, 2 did indeed use pistols, but one of them was actually yielding the extremely dangerous automatic rifle that can be seen clear as day in this footage here. Instead of jumping this fence after the shooting, the man with the rifle fled directly down Rockaway Street, and that—
My fault. That's crazy. I'm sorry. A semi-automatic? Bro, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. A semi-automatic is insane.
That's the direction Zaire's phone shows him running. The good news is, that clears Zaire of being the man that killed.
A semi-automatic can be a pistol, but like, bro, he got an AR twin. Like, I know, I had to specify. Because I know a semi-automatic can be a pistol, you know what I'm saying? Like a Glover, like Smith was, I know. But AR twin, bro.
Tiara. After all, she was killed with a very specific pistol round. But that does put him directly in the spotlight of being the man with the most dangerous weapon, and one that is directly lying to the cops right now. And they're not about to let him get away with that.
That video of the incident. You're on camera shooting a rifle.
Is it a pistol that holds, you know, two rifle rounds? Like,
I mean, it ain't just, it is big.
Does it have a stock on it? Like something kind of modified type thing?
Oh, no, it didn't have a stock on it.
I'm wrong.
So describe it then. Like, I'm getting on it is a rifle.
That single piece of
Oh, so this he's just ready to go to jail. At this point, like, he ain't even looking at Yeah, then you caught me, bro. You got it, bro. Oh, you got it, bro. Just lock me away, bro. Here. Like, that's literally what he's doing at this point.
of information resulted in Zaire actually getting the highest sentence out of anybody involved in the case.
Duh.
Just the use of such a dangerous firearm actually increased his prison time by somewhere between 10 and 15 years. But he still doesn't know that yet. He's still under the guise that if he helps the detectives out, he might get a...
Twin, you got on that ankle monitor? Yo, what is up with these dudes on probation doing dumb stuff? Y'all just stay in jail at this point. They just love jail. I swear, they just love jail.
better deal.
I swear.
So not only did he tell them where to find the rifle he used,
Hey, what up,
he also
Blake?
gave up one of the most vital pieces of information that cops had received in the entire case.
You said the group BBM. I just know they call it BBM. For real.
Oh, shoot, we got 3 viewers.
Zaire just told the cops the name of the gang that was involved. A huge piece of information that will help them track down every last individual that was part of this attack. Now the detectives have just one more final question that'll hopefully put together the final pieces of the puzzle they're looking for.
You've been extremely helpful throughout this whole interview, and you helping yourself out too. We gotta ask, whose idea was it?
I know for sure it wasn't mine. They just around, so we'll just say yours, mine.
Yo, please.
But you got different dudes.
I'm sorry, bro. I can't get over this. Yo, new people in the chat, please. If y'all know who 1UP T is, please tell me that this nigga look like 1UP T. Please.
You got everybody. That's how they is. But like, they ain't say it right then and there. They said it on Facebook, like. But they was like, I knew they was talking about me. They just didn't say it directly to me, but I knew they was talking about me.
He just gave up the group chat where all of these shootings supposedly were planned. With this, police simply had to cross-reference the names in the group chat with the supposed shooters on the CCTV, and the names that had been mentioned in previous interrogations, giving them enough evidence to sentence all 6 been mentioned in...
Yo, Darren, he going through it. Bro, people that shoot a gun, oh my God. People that shoot a gun and they be in there like that, hey yo, them the scariest ones, bro. He look like me.
In previous interrogations, giving them enough evidence to sentence all 6 of the shooters. But unfortunately, this wasn't the resolution they'd hoped for. After examining all the weapons confiscated, it would turn out that none of them were a match to the bullet found in Tiara's head.
I knew it! I knew it! Yo! Yo! I knew it! Hold on, twin. Don't tell me the boyfriend did it. Please don't tell me the boyfriend did it.
Meaning they still couldn't tie any specific person to the actual murder. However, there is one puzzle piece we haven't told you about yet. The one that would solve this entire case. Watching the CCTV footage, it's clear that there is one man that directly shot at Tiara's vehicle. If you follow this man...
I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Dressed in all black, back through the CCTV, you can trace him all the way back to the driver's seat of this black truck. A black truck that, until now, the cops were completely unable to identify. But then, they received one final piece of footage from a witness, allowing them to track it back to the owner, 44-year-old mother, Kia Brown. Police realized they had to interview her, knowing that whoever was driving Kia's black truck that day killed Tiara Harris.
Hey, how you doing, ma'am? Good. I'm Detective Smith. This is Detective Davis with Akron Police.
Hi.
Hey, we wanted to talk to you or whoever is driving, who drives this truck. Reference that incident that happened up the street. They were being shot at. And we're finally trying to catch up with them. Looked like a couple males, and Have you heard about this?
I heard about what happened on the corner. This is my truck, but my son was driving.
It wasn't Kia, but her son driving the car that night. And after running his name, they'd find out he had ties to a rival gang of BBM. So the detectives had Kia call her son and hand over the phone to the officers.
I have some detectives here right now. The day that we were moving in, the incident that happened around the corner, they would like to speak with you. Do you have a moment? Can you go on break?
How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Good. I'm Detective Smith. I'm with Detective Davis with me. Hey, what's your name before we get started, bud?
Lanier Worthy.
Lanier. All right, Lanier. How you doing, man? So listen, man, I won't keep too much of your time. We were wondering if we could talk with you and your mom maybe in person at some point, and we wanted to talk to you about that incident that happened up the street. We know you're over there, so we were hoping you could help us, actually. You're not in any trouble. We're actually hoping you could help us. Would there be a good day for you to...
This weekend,
Yeah, Sunday the 8th. Can we do it anytime after 2:30? Okay.
Anytime after 2:30.
All right, man. We appreciate it. We'll see you at 3:30.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Bye.
And just like that, they had an interview scheduled. And this was the final suspect at the scene that they hadn't yet spoken to. The man suspected to be the driver of the black truck and the man they think shot Tiara.
Dad, how you doing? What's up, man? Appreciate you talking with us. So, I mean, obviously, you know why we're here. About that incident that happened up the street. So, we just wanted to know your perspective. That happened that day. What'd you see? That type of stuff. Okay. You can run us through that day?
I was standing in the driveway on my phone. Then heard shots. I got down, ducked. Then when the shots stopped, I heard that, ran to the car.
When the shots started happening, you ran and got in the driver's seat. And then Teen got in your passenger seat. Right? Okay.
That was it. Lanier had just told them he was driving the black truck that day, confirming he was the man in all black that drove the truck and hopped in the Chevy. He was the man that fired the bullets. So they decided to ask him up front.
I'm about to ask you something, man. I'm about to ask you from your parents. I'm sorry, but I gotta ask. Did you shoot that day?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Even though he said no, police already had all the evidence they needed. The car tied to him, his ties to the rival gang, and finally the video of him shooting at Tiara's car. So they arrested him on the spot and brought him in for interrogation.
What's up, man? Here? Here you come.
Am I able to have a lawyer with me right now?
What's that?
Can I have a lawyer with me?
You can do whatever you want, man. I'm not here to... Okay. Are you saying you want your lawyer? You don't want to talk?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But in the end, this wouldn't matter, as when they arrested and processed him, they managed to confiscate his gun. And after analyzing the forensics of the bullet inside of Tiara and Lanier's gun, it was a match. Lanier had fired the killing shot. After 5 months of investigation, all the puzzle pieces were finally in place. In total, 7 people were charged in this incident. Zaire Saunders was charged with involuntary manslaughter and 4 counts of felonious assault and was sentenced to 35 to 40 years. Antonil Whitaker and Jeremiah Williams got 20 to 24 years on similar charges, while the 4th assailant in this group, Darion Rackley, got 34 to 40 years. It was confirmed Antonil's DNA was in fact found on various bullet casings on Rockaway Street, despite his claims in the interrogation room. The next 2 to be sentenced were the ones who shot back at Zaire's group after being rolled up on. They were Javier Small and Jonte Smith, who were sentenced to 4 years and 2.5 years respectively. Lastly was Lanier Worthy, Tiara's actual killer. However, as of this video's upload, he's still awaiting sentencing. Tiara and George were not involved in any of the gangs in the shootout and were found completely innocent.
I'm sorry, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm sorry. I'm just over analytical. But that's sad. That breaks my heart, bro. I know he hurting, bro. Especially having to see that, bro. Oh my gosh. Him having to see that and mess. Oh my god, that just hurts my heart.
Innocent. At long last, Tiara and her family could finally be at peace. Half of our profits in this video will be donated.
Hey, that was a good video, man. That was a good video. Oh my goodness, that was a good video. That's so sad. Oh my goodness, that's so sad. Hey, on to the next one, man.